Welcome viewers to Family Time Today. My name is Victor, and today we have a big show, a great show for you. Before we go into that topic, I want to introduce my wife, my partner, my lover, and my co-host on this show. Honey?
I feel so special. My name is May Victor, and welcome viewers to a very great show.
Welcome viewers. Your eyes was kind of closed.
I know, because I have a little, I don't know, yeah. Sometimes I wish I had like these bold, piercing eyes.
Those that have bold and piercing eyes wish their
they
eyes
want a
was
little one. Yeah.
They want a little one.
You see, that's what life is all about.
But viewers, today our show is money a master or a slave in your house? I'll repeat that. Is money a master or a slave in your house or in your home? In other words, is money ruling or you are controlling money? So we will talk about that and get into the details. But I want to talk about the evolution of money and the homes. In the culture where I came from, the Igbos in the southeastern part of Nigeria, our women used to be called Oriako, which means she who enjoys wealth. And as time went on, they started being called
the good old days.
The good old days.
Yes.
So you guys, when time started going on, they started denying that they are the ones that enjoy the wealth. So their title changed to Odoziako, she who keeps the wealth.
You got it wrong.
Okay.
We were not denying that we were keeping the money. It's just that we were called the wrong stuff sometimes. How could you be called the person that takes care of the money when there ain't no money?
There are no money to be taken care of.
Exactly.
That's your title. So these days,
you can't be eating the money if you can't see
no
it.
money. That was the debate. That's what you guys said. So
Yeah.
your name became what? Odoziako.
Yeah,
And
if
still a
it's
question.
there,
Okay.
we will take care of it. I think that's better. If it's there, we take care of it. And you know also, honey, in those days you're talking about, the man used to be the breadwinner of the home.
And that's where I'm going. The man used to be the only source of income in the home. And these days, the women from my tribe, they want to be called Opatako, which means she who brings the wealth.
That's true.
So we've evolved from Oriako, she who enjoys, to Odoziako, she who keeps the money. And now they want to be called Opatako. And that's our topic, part of our topic today. The struggle when you live in a house and the woman has become the breadwinner. She earns more money. And talking about, is money a master or slave? Honey, how do you handle it when the woman is the breadwinner?
It is tough.
She's gone from being Oriako to being Opatako.
Again, I'll keep, trying to correct my husband. It's not what we want to be called. Honey, it is what we've evolved over the years.
Yes.
Time is very dynamic. We have evolved from where the woman just took care of the home. The man had no time to take care of the wealth. He goes in, he makes the wealth, he brings it home. And those were days where a man, when you see a man, you rate the man's wealth according to how the wife and the children appear. So if I appeared well fed, then my husband is he's the man.
He's a wealthy man.
He's the man. That we evolved to where now, we're not just staying at home doing nothing. We now help our husbands to manage the money. We keep the money, we manage. We don't just eat it, we just manage the money, okay? So that's work for us. Now we've gone to another level where in most households, as of today, you need two people income.
Yes.
The man is working and the women are working. You know what I mean? So now the wife is also part of the money earners. Ladies have come to a point where they said, we're not going to be staying at home with the children anymore. We need to go out because we also have some brain. We can do something. We can't just be redundant. So, and some women that really have the good heart have it to go out and help. Like if I'm working, if I'm out working, circular job, I have in my heart that whatever I'm making is coming in to help my family. But some people have it in their heart that, I'm not going to wait for him to dish out money, pocket money. I have to go make my own money.
My own money.
So I can take care of
myself. I won't depend on him.
I will not depend on him. He doesn't call the shots anymore. I call the shot. It's my money, power, power, power. So that is the unfortunate situation that we found ourselves in today.
So in that scenario, money becomes a master.
Yeah.
It becomes a master. Now, instead of uniting you guys together, it's dividing, because the woman went out to make money out of strife. She said, I'm not going to wait for you anymore to decide when we buy a house, when we buy a car, what kind of car I drive, and all those things. I want to go make my own money so I can make my own decision. Yeah, but where we're going was, what about situations where things turn over? The man used to be the breadwinner, but the woman now went to school, improved herself, she's in business, God favors her, she's now making 10 times more than the man. I know that in some cultures like the Philippines, they just look at the husband and wife and they decide who is making more money. If the woman is making more money, the man stays home and takes care of the children. The woman goes out and sometimes they do 2 jobs. That's their culture. But in our culture, if the woman is making more money and you ask the man to stay home and take care of the kids, for him it's an insult, right?
Yeah,
so what do you do under that scenario?
I think the first question we need to really address in this issue is, who should be the breadwinner in the home?
Okay.
You see, should it be the man or should it be the woman?
Okay.
Or what is your take on it? I'm asking you all viewers, who should be, because knowing or having that mindset of who should be the breadwinner of the house will make each spouse to deal with money differently. Take for instance, if I come from the orientation that the man has to be the breadwinner in the home, okay? So I'm looking forward to you paying all the bills, taking care of everything in the home. And even though I am a doctor, lawyer, professional, and I'm working, I'm not thinking that whatever I earn should be part of the family expense. Because in my mindset, the man
That's
is
your
the
responsibility.
breadwinner.
That's the man's
That's the
responsibility.
man, it doesn't matter how much he earns, he should know what his financial obligations are, and he needs to earn money equivalent. But if on the other hand I feel that I understand, my perception is, you help your husband with whatever.
You unite what you
have. You unite
your
and you help your
effort.
husband. Then, no matter how much I make, no matter how much you make, I will freely say, you know what, we're one. Here's the paycheck. Let's find out what is our financial obligation.
And some people may be listening and saying, which one is the right perspective? Is it that the man provides everything and whatever you provide is yours? Or is it that you guys unite what you have, just as you united other effort, and take care of your problems?
One thing we need to be very, very careful about is that a man should not in any way be lazy.
Okay?
That's the prefix. No man should be lazy. When you go to marry, when you get up to the age of marriage and decide that you're going to go bring in a woman, understand that behind that woman is going to be like 3-4 children. You see what I'm saying?
I just assume
you
that.
are bringing in some people to join you. You need to be financially capable of taking care of them. And that's why we say marriage is not for boys. Marriage is for men. So if you're a single guy, you don't have a job, you don't have an apartment, don't even have a girlfriend. I mean, like, don't bother any girl right
Zip
now.
it up.
Because girls are what? Let me not say liability, responsibility. But a man needs to live, or the Bible says, if you cannot provide for your household, you're worse than an infidel. So that's the first preface. Now, but then you said, what happens? The man was doing good, had a good job, had a good business when you married him. But now something happens, the table turns. Or he helps you as a woman to improve yourself. Are you now a lord unto him?
And you go from being a housewife to being an MD.
Right.
You go from making zero money to making
a whole lot of
100,000,
money.
200,000 a year.
Or maybe the man hits a brick wall in his business, so he doesn't make as much
Or
money.
even illness. It could be,
or some kind of
he
illness.
falls ill.
So what do? I need to understand that as the Bible has instructed me to do, I should be submissive to my husband in all things. That's what the Bible says, including in money. Because if I can share my body with you, then I should be able to share my money with you. Because I value my body more than my money. Well, if I have money, if I have any of my money, but I value my body over money. So if I can give freely my body to my husband, then definitely I should be able to give freely my money or whatever I earn to my husband. Otherwise, Otherwise, what I'm saying, otherwise what I'm saying is that money is more valuable than my body, and that's not true. You get what I'm saying?
No, yeah.
That's it.
Yeah. Money is definitely not more valuable than your body.
No, it's not.
And if you can share your body, definitely you should be able to share your money for the goodness of the union. Viewers, we've been talking about, is money a master or a slave in your house? The moment your money begins to control your household and create problems in the house, however it creates that problem, then it becomes a master. Money should be a tool. We'll be right back and we'll talk about how to make that money in your hand, in your bank account, that is coming to you, that you're earning, a slave, a tool for your household.
Together Forever is a team of marriage mentors and relationship coaches dedicated to helping singles, couples, and families to maximize their potential. Call us for all of your family enrichment seminars, conferences, picnics, and workshops. We speak at churches, clubs, association groups, and companies. Call Together Forever at 713-498-6211. Single and engaged couples, start your marriage right. Call 713-498-6211. Married couples, you don't have to die in silence anymore. There is help for your marriage and family. If you are going through a rough phase in your marriage, call us before you call your divorce lawyer. We may not have been there when you made your marriage vow, but we are here to help you keep your vow. Pick up the phone now and call 713-498-6211 or send us an email at info@togetherforever.org.
Welcome back, viewers. We are discussing a hot topic. Money. Is money a master or a slave in your home? We all know that from time to time money takes a different power, takes a different shape. Sometimes it controls what we do, how we think, how we see the world, how we behave. Sometimes we control what money does. So the idea here is to talk about, in your household, does it control your actions? Does your behavior, how you see people, how you relate with your spouse, how you relate with your children, how you relate with people around you change when you have money and when you don't have money? And we're trying to get to the point where we use the money that we have to do what we need to do and make the family better. Honey, you were saying something that sometimes the woman who is supposed to be taken care of, who used to be taken care of, becomes the breadwinner. And then the equation really changes. Now, if a woman becomes the breadwinner in the house, what can they do to make it work for both of them? A, for the man not to feel disenfranchised. B, for the woman not to feel, I'm doing your job. This is your job now, but I shouldn't be doing this job. What would they do?
You know, one thing that comes to mind is the fact that a husband and wife is a team.
Yes.
2, are better than one. So I'm hoping that when two people got married, that they discussed issues about finances. And when they discussed issues about finances, that they learned to merge their money together, or at least be on a field where they're free with the money and talking about it. And if that is the basis of the relationship, then it shouldn't matter really who's making the money. Understand that what I'm doing is for the benefit of the team.
Union.
It's for the benefit of the union. So if I go out and work and bring in some revenue, it should be for the benefit of the union. And it's on the basis that everybody is responsible with that money. So it's not my money, it's not your money, it's not. Freely share whatever you have. That's my perspective to it, because everything else makes it skewed and brings a lot of confusion.
Now some people have different configurations. You said something that if you're not merging your money, at least you're open about your money.
Right.
Now, if you're not merging your money, you have independent account and different accounts. When you now start making, if most of the money is coming from you, how do you make the other person comfortable? Because if your husband is earning 2,000 a month and you're earning 15,000 a month, obviously the bulk of the money is coming from you, but they're in your bank account. How do you make him comfortable and feel like he's part of the money that's in your bank account?
Again, I'll say it again. Couples, learn from this episode to join your accounts together. If we have Vic and May checking account, for example, whatever you make goes in that account, whatever I make goes in that account. Does it really matter who makes how much?
It wouldn't matter.
It doesn't matter. That's why I say when you lay a proper foundation where you're joining things together and working. In fact, if it gets to a point where I'm bringing in zero, your paycheck is still going in there.
Yes.
Nothing has changed except that now we have less money, so we need to really manage. We need to really plan appropriately. You see, but if we're dealing with a couple that has over the years doing their own thing, you have your own account, I have my own account, and whatever you were doing at that time, we have some configurations where some people say, okay, you pay the light bill, I pay the rent, you pay the water and stuff like
you
that.
You pay your car,
yeah. So
I pay my credit card.
If you have a portion who's paying what, when one income is down, then we need to reevaluate. If the person that's paying the light and the other things is making less income, then the one that's making more income needs to be fair enough to pick up, you see. But I personally will not recommend that. But for some obvious reason, some families have to do that, and it's working for them. So you keep on what's working for you. But always understand that whatever you're doing is for the union. Now, if I'm a woman and I'm making more money, what I need to do is what? To make my husband comfortable, have the checkbook account open. You see? Let him have a
bank account.
Let him have the password, and let him have the account number. Down these days, everything is set up online. Let it be that the two people involved can access their finances. It makes a lot of difference. But when you get to a point where a spouse cannot access the other spouse's account, that's a problem. Because if anything happens to that other spouse, then how do you know? You see? But let me also warn my fellow ladies. These days, by the grace of God, we're going to school, we're working, and we're making more money than our husbands in some homes. I want you to understand, according to the design of the maker, the creator of marriage, you are still under submission to your husband. So just because you make more money does not mean now you've grown wings and when he says 1, you can say 10. It does not mean that. Because at the end of the day, you cannot marry yourself. You cannot be a husband and be a wife at the same time.
All by yourself.
All by yourself. So you need to be able to humble yourself. Remember the Bible says that, riches can just develop wings and fly.
And fly away.
It can fly.
Things happen.
All it takes is you losing that job, and then you're back to square one. So always look out for the interests of the union.
And that's very, very critical. The reason why marriage is very important is what Ecclesiastic, I think 3:9 says, that two are better than one. Because he now says, if one falls down,
That's right.
the other can lift him up. Let's take it your husband is now down. Your responsibility is to lift him up to where you are, so that it feels like nothing happened.
That's right.
But if you fail to use your resources to lift him up, if for any reason you fall down tomorrow, guess what? It's not going to lift you up. And the essence of marriage becomes defeated. So marriage, as I used to say, is an insurance. It's a health insurance, it's a disability insurance, it's financial insurance, it's all kinds of insurance. Because when something happens to one, the other one kind of cushions him. But I want to talk about situations where one husband, let me just say, a man is down, he's not making money. And even though he's not making money, he's also reckless about the woman's money. Now the woman goes, walks around the clock, he stays home and watches TV. When she's back, he's going out to drink with his buddies, and he's just reckless with it. In fact, he has girlfriends that he's spending the woman's money on the side. How do we handle that?
Well, that is really, really sad.
Yes.
That's sad. And we see that happen a lot. So husband or wife, if you have missed your job or lost a job, or you are not making an income right now, do the family a favor.
Yes.
And help. There is something that you can help with the children's homework. You can help, around the house. You can help your wife in one way or the other, or instead of being a liability. It is not time for you to just okay, I'm the king of the castle. You watch, it's 2 weeks, she's getting paid, you go to her office, you get the check, and then you use it to go drink. Now this is what my recommendations are. If you are an irresponsible husband, then if I'm your wife, I will not expose you to that checkbook. I'm sorry. That's
You
tough
will
love.
not have access to it.
That is tough love, because what is going to happen is the man will continue to be so reckless that one day, by the time you come back from work, the apartment is gone. The house is gone. And guess what? The children suffer. You see? So if your husband is not responsible with money, even at a point when he's down, and I know some people have different coping mechanisms. For some people, they're getting into depression, and so this is the way to
start drinking.
Yeah, don't just because you lost your job does not mean that you're less human than who you are. You can dust yourself up, get up. You mean more than this. You are, you're valued more than this. So get up, look for another job, or find a way to keep yourself active at home. Don't lose hope.
And that's very important. I used to say that if you're a guy, if you're a husband or a father, and your wife is making more money for you, good. But you're on a borrowed time. You're not on a permanent time. You are on a borrowed time. What is that borrowed time? Go back to school. Go find something else. Do the thing your wife can handle, the family responsibility, and you get back to your feet. But don't relax and say, my wife is making all the money, we don't need anything. That's a disaster waiting to happen. First of all, you lose your respect. Eventually, you lose your position. So while it is good, still good, go out and find something to do.
And then to the ladies, if your husband is not making money yet at this time, please don't knock him down. The man is already down. I mean, like, where do you want him to get to? Don't knock him down. Encourage him. Respect him. Tell him that he's more than this. He can do better. And while he's thinking of for us women, it's very easy for us to switch careers. We can switch careers, we can switch jobs, that's what we do. But for our husbands, it's a little bit more difficult for them to get up and go to different things. But your encouragement, being there, remember you're a helper, being there for him means a lot for him.
It does mean a lot, and that's, again, I said earlier on that two are better than one. Because when one falls down, the other one will lift him up.
That's right.
We will be right back. Don't change the dial. We'll be right back.
We come to you every Monday at 7:30, bringing in nuggets to help your relationship. But we don't know unless you give us the feedback. So we do want to encourage you to send us an email. You have our email on the screen, please. We'd love to hear from you.
Welcome back, viewers. We have been talking about, is money a master or a slave in your house? And we've delved into it from all angles. What about those whose husband make less money? Those whose wife make more money? How do you handle situations of communication? How do you handle all those intangibles? Bottom line is, money is supposed to be a slave. It's supposed to be a tool that both couples should use to enhance themselves. It has to be a tool so that we have access to it, joint management of it, joint control of it. It doesn't matter who makes it, as long as both of us are contributing to it. But I want to sound, as I round up, I want to say this. If you're a guy and your wife is making more money than you, it's not too good, but it's not the end of life. There is a whole lot of ways you can, a whole lot of things you can do to contribute to the betterment of the family. You can take care of the house affairs, you can take care of the children. Don't fold your arm and say, oh, my wife is taking care of it. I tell you, as I said earlier on, you're on a borrowed time. Use that time well, and God will bless you. As we round up, honey, it's been a wonderful time. I've enjoyed you talking about money and making money. Would you say bye-bye to the listeners?
Well, listeners, viewers, it's wonderful. And I know that this is a very sticky topic.
Yes.
And we have our book right here, The 7 Steps, to a Successful Marriage. And we dealt heavily also, about money in this book. You want to get this tool. It will really, really help you. And then we have workshops coming up March 28th.
If you want to talk about money,
please, because the issue is we need to know about this thing so that it will not disrupt what the house is, what we're doing at home. And so until next time, same station, same time, we will catch you. Thank you very much, and thank you for viewing.
God bless you.